Hey guys, spiritual whistleblower here. This is my Mother's Day special. I'm actually in the bed because I have been running like a damn maniac all week and I'm going dancing tomorrow, so I wanted to rest up. How y'all doing? Happy Mommy's Day to all my moms. Dang, Siren is interrupting my video already. And before y'all ask, my lips are not swollen. Well, they are swollen, but just for a little bit, I got lip fillers done. That was my Mother's Day gift to me. Yes, I do believe I get Botox. I get all that stuff done. I only get a little bit, but I'm approaching 50, so you will never catch me slipping. I do believe in getting a little Botox in the forehead just to get rid of the wrinkles and stuff, just a little bit. Like a lot of women need a lot. I don't want to mess with my face. I love my face, but I just don't like certain, when the little lines start showing, it's okay to get a little bit of Botox, and I do like my lip filler. So that's my Mommy's Day treat to me. I want to share with y'all what my daughter bought for me. And listen, I don't like designer anything. I don't own designer stuff. With the recent trade war going on with China exposing luxury brands to be fake and all that, I'm so glad. I'm not knocking anybody that purchases luxury designer brand, but I've never been that type. I like what I like. I can go to a thrift store and find something used up and make it look just as good, and people think it's expensive. It's how you style stuff. But let me show you. My baby, she likes designer. She's into designer everything. My daughter is actually she's interning right now for a celebrity stylist. So she's in that industry, which I'm very proud of her. So she's around celebrities. That's all I will say. I don't want to give up her job where she works, her location, but she is in the New York scene doing intern work. She's an intern as an assistant stylist, a wardrobe stylist. So my girl is into all the fashions and into all that stuff. And so this is what she got me for Mother's Day. I just want to show y'all. Show y'all the bag. Okay. We'll probably go out to dinner on Sunday. I don't celebrate big. Like me and her can go out to lunch, something casual. I've never been big on holidays. So, hold on here. So here's the bag. It says Coachtopia. Woo! I didn't have to hold this phone. Hold on. But anyway, while I'm trying to get this gift out of the bag, I will be in Toronto, Canada in just a couple days, y'all. Next Wednesday, May 14th, I will see all my Canadians. Shout out to those of y'all that got your tickets already. I said you can bring a friend. It's basically a 2-for-1. Buy one ticket, bring an extra friend for free. And I have gifts to give everybody. Lord have mercy. I can't get this damn thing out. Hold on a second. So, Toronto, I will see y'all on Wednesday. And if you don't have tickets and would like to buy tickets, the link is down in the comment section. Hold on here, y'all. This is so bad. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So my baby bought this for Mother's Day. It is a Coach bag. Isn't that cute? It says Coachtopia. This is authentic Coach, honey. This is the real deal. She went straight to the trade room. Is that what they call it? And got this bag for me. Now, I'm not into designer, but I love it. I think it's adorable. That's my Mommy's Day gift for my baby. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all y'all. Every year I do a Mother's Day video, y'all. And because I just really think mothers, let me rephrase this. Abusive mothers, narcissistic mothers, sociopathic mothers, I think they do extensive damage to both their sons and daughters. Yes, dad can do a lot of damage, but I think that mother wound does way more damage to both male and female. Right now, one of the hot topics that I'm talking about on my TikTok is these men that are on the down low and the people that protect them. Now, the down low man, he could have a wife at home, right? And he's sneaking off with his gay lover, whether it's a gay man or a trans woman, which is a man that dresses up like a woman, right? Now, women are having these discussions about exposing DL men because DL men are abusive. They abuse their wives, their children. They're destructive to everybody involved. But they don't want to be exposed because they fear, what will my mother and father think of me? What will my family? They're trying to hide their true identity from their family members while deceiving so many people, their wife or whatever. So the thing is, the gay men are protecting these down low men and the trans woman. They don't want to expose the down low man because the down low man is buying them gifts and paying their bills. That's the side piece. So the side piece is benefiting financially. And at the same time, that side piece, the gay man or trans woman, they're in this secret competition with the wife. The wife don't know nothing about the side piece, but the side piece knows everything about the wife, and he hates her. What I'm saying is a lot of gay men, not all, a lot of gay men and trans women are misogynists. And they want to see women hurt and abused and children. So they will help to abuse women by protecting down low men. Anybody that threatens to expose a down low man, the gay men, the trans women will fight you. Because they if you mess up the DL man and expose him, then you're going to fuck up his situation with the side piece. And the side piece don't want that. Yeah, it's real, y'all. We're living in these days now where the mother wound, those DL men are fucked up by their mothers and they hate women and they just won't come out the closet and live in their truth. And those toxic gay men and the toxic trans women, they also have mother wounds and they hate women. They're all misogynistic. Then we got the pick-me women, the female narcissist. She's male-centered and she hates women too. And she'll get in a relationship with a man on the down low. She'll sleep with a gay man. She'll sleep with a male pedophile. She'll allow the pedophile to molest her daughter because she's obsessed with male validation. So she's protecting the DL man too, y'all. And she suffers too from the mother wound. So let me tie this together. The mother wound, I feel, does way more damage to everybody. If a man has a mother wound, he will spend the rest of his life jumping from woman to woman, and he will harm a woman some type of way because of what his mother did to him. His family is pressuring him to forgive his mama, stay loyal to your mama. Society pressures men to stay loyal to their mama, even though mama's toxic and abusive. Mama may have molested him. Mama might have allowed somebody in the family to get away with molesting him and she didn't protect him. Or daddy could have beat the fuck out of him and mama sat back and didn't protect him. And mama didn't divorce daddy and protect her kids. He has a resentment towards mom. So he really wants to beat the fuck out his mother for being abusive, toxic. Maybe she abandoned him and ran the streets. Maybe she left and never came back. Abandonment issues. He's harboring some sort of resentment towards mom. But he stays loyal to her because the pressure is on him by his family and society. You only have one mother, stay loyal to her, no matter how abusive or toxic she is. So he'll walk around with this resentment he has towards mom. And instead of punishing her and beating her or going to therapy to deal with his mommy issues and cutting mom off, he'd rather just take his anger out on every other woman. He doesn't know how to separate all women from his mama. That's the problem. He sees all women as his mother. And that's why these men jump from woman to woman. They're not looking for a partner. They're looking for a mother that they can sleep with. A slave, a servant, a woman like their mother that they can sleep with and bully and take their anger out on because they can't take it out on mom. And with our daughters, a woman with a mother wound, she goes around thinking her mother's destroyed her self-esteem, because I know firsthand her mother has destroyed her self-esteem so much that she goes through life attracting abusive men and female friendships that are toxic. And that's because her mother was her first hater, her first bully, and her mother beat her down so much that she doesn't know her self-worth. So I just think the mother wound does so much damage to both men and women. It is the narcissistic mother that destroys her children. I just want to say this to you guys because, every Mother's Day I do, a little video or something. If you cut your mama off, it's going to be hard at first because you're going to grieve, you're going to miss her, and you really actually don't miss her. You're going to, miss what she could have been to you. What would have happened if my mom really loved me? What would have happened if my mom really supported me, showed up to my college graduations, showed up to my beauty pageants, showed up to all my award ceremonies where I'm being awarded for community service, honored in the newspapers? My mother personally has missed out on so much of my achievements. I've gotten more achievements than both my brother and sister combined. I be out in these streets killing it. I'm very humble. I don't talk about my achievements, but by a long shot, my brother and sister cannot touch me on achievements. My mother, both my parents have missed out on everything. So when I say you have to grieve your mom, she's not a good person. She's not a good person, and she knows it. But you're going to grieve what would have been, what could have been if my mom was a really good mom and she loved me like all other moms love their kids. So when you get past that phase, then it'll start to get a little easier because you've done the grieving. And then all of a sudden you're going to just stop caring. You're not going to care. You're going to become indifferent. The opposite of love is not hate, because hate is a very strong emotion. Hate is an emotion. The opposite of love is indifference, when you feel nothing. That's where I'm at now. I feel nothing for her. I don't wish her bad, but I feel nothing. Like, I don't love her. I don't love my mother. I don't care what happens to her. I'm indifferent. And that came with years and years and years of grieving her as if she was dead. You have to grieve the loss of your parents while they're still alive. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of therapy. It takes a lot, if you really want some supports, go to either Instagram or TikTok, and I need you to hashtag baby boomer. You can hashtag boomer parents. You can hashtag narcissistic mothers. You can click on the hashtag black sheep of the family. Anything with dealing with breaking generational trauma. And you are going to find millions of people like yourself that cut their parents off. Y'all, everybody is waking up to this. And yeah, sure, there are a lot of support groups with these parents crying and playing victim. Oh, I don't know why my children are doing me like this. They're so ungrateful. Everything that I've done for them. I don't know why they're going to play professional victim. Let them. They are self-sabotaging, and what's happening is they are suffering consequences. The way you treat your children when they are young is how they're going to treat you when you become old. That's just how it is. If you're a good parent, and by what I mean by good, I'm not talking about financial. Roof over your head, food on the table, that is a requirement by law. That you're going to go to jail if you don't provide and take care of your children. So you can't use that as love and throw it in your children's face. When I say love, I mean emotional nurturing. Are you building your children's confidence and self-esteem? If your child has a disability like I did when I was a little girl, I had autism, but my mother and father were too prideful or they were too busy fighting in the streets to get me diagnosed and get me the treatment. They had treatment for children my age. They had classes, they might have called it special ed, but damn it, I would have received some sort of treatment or therapy for my autism. My parents failed me. How do you bully, beat, abuse a child with a developmental disability? How do you make fun of them? Yeah, my hygiene wasn't the best as a little girl because I was autistic. I was a bit slow. I got beat for my poor hygiene because I didn't brush my teeth all the time, which is also a symptom. Autistic children have a bad habit of not brushing their teeth, excuse me. I got beat for that. My mother would take the toothbrush and scour my gums until they bled when I was a little girl. I would scream and cry, blood, spit up blood. She's just awful, terrible human being. But when let your mama, because this is about Mother's Day, let your mama play victim. I promise you she's going to jump from this person and that person, crying, complaining. What did I do to deserve this? All I've done, I'm not the best mother. There was no handbook on motherhood. I did the best I could. Let her play victim, because she knows deep in her heart that things that are required to love a child are not found in a handbook, and it doesn't cost a dime. You either have it in your heart. It's called love. It's the very same thing that Jesus Christ had inside of him. He gave us his love. And unfortunately, a lot of parents don't have love inside of them. And what's crazy is their parents were abusive. Their parents didn't show them love. So you would think because they went through it when they were little children, that they would grow up and learn that, hey, my mom and dad hurt me. So if I ever have children, I don't ever want to put my children through what my parents put me through. I'm a change. Change starts with me. So the moment I have children, I'm going to give them twice as much love than what I was given. You would think your parents would learn the lesson. They didn't. What they did was they recycled and they repeated the abuse that was taught to them. And they passed that shit right on down to y'all, to us. And don't let me get on the baby boomers, because the baby boomers are the most narcissistic, toxic, self-centered generation there is. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Okay? Listen, if you're a parent, I'm a mother. No, none of us parents are perfect. It's not an easy job. However, I'm going to say this again. It doesn't require a handbook to love a child. It's natural. When you push your baby out of your womb and the doctor hands your baby over to you and puts the baby in your arms, that's the love. The love that you feel in your heart and soul, that is supposed to be the love that carries you throughout your child's entire life. Unfortunately, if your mother's a narcissist, she does not have that love. She doesn't. She's empty inside. She's empty. And then she will proceed to bully, beat you. She'll allow others to molest and bully you. She just has it out for you. She will parentify you. And when I say parentify, if you've seen the Disney movie Cinderella was parentified. Cinderella was turned into a parent and a slave and forced to take care of her stepmother and sisters. That's parentification. My mother did that to me. I was forced to work when I was in high school. While she laid on the couch, she would not get a job because she was accustomed to a certain lifestyle that her that drug money ran out. And, when he went to prison, she refused to get a job. She wanted to lay on the couch. She didn't want to work, but I had to work. Therefore, I became the parent in the household. She took all my paychecks to buy groceries and pay the light bills. I wasn't allowed to take my paychecks and go out with my friends. I was a senior in high school. I should have been out at the mall shopping and buying my own things, preparing for college. No. Nah. And my brother had a job. He refused to give my mother any money. My brother said, hell no. So it all fell on my shoulders. I just want to say this, y'all. Get through the grieving, because on the other side of the grieving is a world of happiness. Let me tell you something. I have not been this happy in so long. And the level of success I have achieved since cutting my mother off and realizing that she never wanted me to be successful. She never wanted me to shine. She never wanted me to be happy. She had it out for me. And I honestly believe she blames me because had she not gotten pregnant with me, she probably wouldn't have been with my father. But it's not my fault. She honestly needs to blame my Nana, my father's mother, because it was my Nana that pressured her to get with my father. It was my Nana that wanted grandchildren. That's where the blame needs to go. And my mother should have been smart enough to realize that my Nana was fucking miserable in her marriage, and misery loves company. And my Nana didn't want to be alone in her misery. And she saw that my mother was gullible and naive, and my mother was in search of a mother's love because her mother didn't give her the proper love. Her mother was emotionally disconnected. My grandmother, Vera Kelly, was a covert narcissist. May she rest in peace. But my grandmother, I know for a fact, and I dare anybody to fucking challenge me because I will eat them to fucking shreds. She was a covert narcissist. That's why she was able to give birth to my mother, abandon my mother, and run off and start another family somewhere else. That's what narcissists do. So my mother was looking for a mother's love, and she found the mother's love with my father's mother, my Nana. But what my mother didn't know is that my Nana took advantage of that. And my Nana, because my Nana didn't have a daughter, she had 3 sons. She saw my mother's yearning for a mother's love and manipulated my mother and groomed her and sucked her into their dysfunctional family by setting her up with my father, pressuring them to get married and have a baby, grandchildren, all that. My mother needs to blame my Nana, and she needs to blame herself, because that's why she's miserable. And she took the anger and frustration. My father was a punk. I believe my father's in the closet. Yes, I do. My father is 100% a misogynist. I don't think he likes women because he hates his mother, and he definitely hates my mother. I don't think he wants to touch a woman. I don't think he's touched a woman in the last 30 years. 100% a misogynist. And he's also a covert narcissist. But my mother's anger towards him being a piss poor father figure. He was not a provider. He was lazy, and he was a woman beater. He put his hands on my mother. So she was angry. And who else did she take? Could she take that anger out? She took it out on her oldest child. I was the firstborn. She probably looks at me like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have married your father. And the real blame, she should take the blame and accountability for not being smart enough to vet my father and allowing my Nana to force her and pressure her into a situation that she was not ready for, nor was my father. They were kids. And getting married and having kids was a trendy thing. Nobody thought things over. Nobody had no money saved. They just jumped into the shit, listened behind my Nana, and both of them were fucking miserable, and the children suffered. Now the children are adults. And now that, I don't know about my siblings, but I can speak for myself that I've sorted through all my childhood trauma. I've gotten therapy. I've gotten a diagnosis of autism. Things that my parents should have done when I was young, I'm just now finding out. And I'm realizing now that, yeah, they had their trauma. And I show empathy because both of them, my mother wasn't beaten the way my father got beat severely by his mother. My mother's mother damaged her emotionally. My grandmother Vera abandoned my mother, and that abandonment left a scar on my mother, which was, my grandmother abused my mother. It just wasn't a physical abuse. It was an emotional abuse. It was an abandonment, a type of abuse, narcissistic abuse. And it left a scar on my mother, so much that she ran out here seeking the love of a mother, and she found it in my father's mother. And my father's mother, my Nana, took advantage of it. So much that she groomed my mother and sucked her into their dysfunctional family. And my mother is so angry. Instead of her taking that anger out, she will not cut my Nana off. She will not check my Nana. And I don't know, she's just up my Nana's ass, but that's where the accountability lies. You don't bully your daughter. You don't allow anyone to get away with molesting your daughter. You don't compare your daughter to any other woman, including your other daughter. My mother is a horrible fucking human being. She is an absolute piece of shit. And, she's got to spend the rest of her life knowing that she destroyed the relationships of her children. None of her children are together and never will be. And she is the blame for it. Now, I just want to let y'all know this Mother's Day, if you have your own children, love on them. Start your own traditions. Don't pick up that phone and call your mama, because she doesn't care. You can buy her a gift and you can wish her happy Mother's Day, and she'll spit on you the next day after. She don't care about the gifts or the acknowledgement. She just wants the control. She just wants to know that you're going to keep running behind her like a fucking lapdog. She just wants to keep abusing you. Don't give her that anymore. It's time to set a permanent boundary and put a stop to the abuse. You understand me? Let her run her mouth. Let her do the gossip. My mother has said all type of shit about me. I don't give two fucks. I'm just glad the bitch is out of my life. She's so done. She's cooked. She's cooked. Our relationship is done. There will never be a relationship ever, ever, ever. I know who she is. I know what she is. I think therapy will not help my mother. She needs to be delivered. She has a demon inside of her. 100% she is demon possessed. Y'all got to get to a point where you stop giving a fuck. And it's not going to happen until you go through the grieving process. That's where I'm at right now, y'all. Happy Mother's Day. If you have children, enjoy your time with your babies. If you don't have children, maybe you have a dog. Love on your dog. If you're a dog mom, a cat mom, love on your cat. If you want, go buy somebody else's mom dinner. If you see a homeless woman in the street, buy her some dinner. Go donate your time at a homeless shelter, a women's shelter. Donate some clothes to a women's shelter. Just do something nice for somebody else tomorrow. Sunday, all right? I love you guys. Oh, one last thing. I have a couple new books, but I'm not going to show them all today. But this is my revised How to Defeat a Narcissist. This is the 2025 revised hardcover. Yes, y'all, I did that. I'm going to talk more about this book in the next video. Your girl been working. I'm about to pump out like 4 more books. Got to get that money bag, keep the hustle going, and help my brothers and sisters at the same time. That's what I've been doing, staying busy. Toronto, Canada, I will see y'all on Wednesday, May 14th. I love you guys. Have a safe, blessed, wonderful Mother's Day to all my moms, and stay narcissistic free. This is the Spiritual Whistleblower. Good night, y'all.